Suki Nidamixkanotani. Welcome to Red Women Talk. Today, my guests are Heather Black and Mona Royal McDonald. And today our topic, we are going to be speaking on women in business. And I'm so excited for our guests today because I think I've learned so much from these two women. They've been just lights in our community, I believe, and they've motivated so many of us other women to start our own businesses, but also I know, like with me taking these leadership and management and small business courses too as well, has motivated me to do these things. So welcome, ladies. Welcome to Red Women Talk. So I'd like to first, I'm gonna have Mona. I'll get you to introduce yourself to our audience, and and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good morning. My name is Mona. I'm from Siksika Nation. I'm from Blackfoot Territory. We have been here in our gift shop gas station for coming on 19 years.
Wow.
We are Indigenous owned. We are a family of 5 girls and 1 son, 15 grandchildren. We take great pride in our family, doing our best to be good parents, most importantly, and then business people. We do our best to serve our community to the best of our ability, because I think it's really important that we continue to serve our people. Being a person that's serving all the time keeps you humble, keeps you grounded. And it's so important that we support one another. Having 5 daughters, it's a big deal. So we have to always understand that there's 6 sets of eyes that are watching us, and we do our best as parents, and we've tried to create a family-owned business. My daughters are very, very good at what they do. My oldest 2 are nurses at the Strathmore Hospital, so they're kind of back and forth. And with this pandemic, it's really, really changed the way the world is. So we're just trying our best to continue to have a happy Groundhog Day, the same thing every day. You know, but we have to it's created, it's made us enjoy our land more. It's made us look at our surroundings, whereas before we were a lot of people were so willing to run out, leave, do this, do that. But now it's like we have to, you know, and it's good. We have to, I guess, examine what we do daily, because it could get depressing. It could get sad. It could get, you know, so we really have to dig deep and understand that Siksika is not the only one going through this. It's the whole world. It's not just us. So I think once we can understand that, we've learned to adapt. So that's been the biggest thing so far, is just learning how to adapt to the new era of this pandemic. So that's me.
Thank you so much, Mona, for your comments and your insight. And it's so true that we are in a new, you know, people say they call it the new normal. And but I think, because our perspectives have shifted and have changed around us. And so we're all adapting. Everyone here is adapting. So Heather, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here as well. Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay, well, thank you for having me, Marsha. It's an honor to be part of this. Nisto anok otikitsawaki. Nitu Gaina. So part of Siksika Nation. I'm really and Heather Black. I'm from the Blood Reserve. I'm part of Blackfoot Confederacy, but it's an honor for me to be part of the Calgary community. So I've grown up here and utilize and built many really valuable relationships throughout Treaty 7. So I'm really happy with that. I own Creative Spirit Solutions. It has been officially about 7 years now. First 3-4 years was really hard. It was, looking for that work out there. When I look at entrepreneurship and the growth of us Indigenous women, I pay attention to everything that's going on out there. And what I'm blessed and what is really important to me is that mentorship. Having Mona and having Marsha is one of the main things that, and the many other women out there that support us. I am beyond, when I look at the way as women, as Indigenous women are to be today, we are heart of our home. We are the heart of our community. We always were part of our communities. So with that, with decision making, with, making our communities a place that we need to, it's our home, it's our community. So how do we look after each other? And how do we really embrace each other? And, sharing the success of each of us is what is really important today. Whether we're new beginning businesses or whether we are very established business, we need to support our women more than ever, not only our women, but our men as well. So today is very beautiful to see Indigenous women generating income, being part of community decisions, being part of job creation, training, education, and just being that wholeness. And I believe that's where entrepreneurship starts, is when we see what the need is out there and we start to develop. And when we develop, we create that ripple effect throughout all of our communities. And, that is why I love entrepreneurship. I love it. I wouldn't step back into that corporate jungle. I am beyond happy and blessed to have everybody in my life that has been part of this journey. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for those words. Yeah. You know what, ladies, I feel the same way. I've gotten a little taste of entrepreneurship and, being a little mini startup. And it's like, I don't want to go back out there. I want to work for myself. I want to, be able to decide, make those decisions on my own. So it's been a challenge too as well, but also enjoy it. So, I'm gonna first ask you a couple questions. So maybe Mona, you could answer. What was the motivation or the reason for starting your business?
Well, we worked like Heather had said. I worked with the nation. I was with the nation for 23 years. And you get to a point where you kind of have your own vision and your own, I can do this. If God willing, I can do this. Daryl had come up with the idea of the gas station years ago. It was his dream. So he started that. He started M&R Gas. And then I told Daryl, I think we should do like a gift shop. There's nowhere here to shop. So we started with that idea. We started out in an Atco trailer, and it was a very humble beginning. We had one employee, well, actually two. Daryl worked literally from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And it was a real bittersweet moment for us as a business because we buried my mom on a Thursday, and we opened our doors for the first time on a Friday, the very next day. So it was like, it really carried me losing my mom. So it helped. But she always told me, you just do what you need to do. Do what you need to do, and don't be scared to do it. So I always followed my mom's, well, don't be scared to do it. Because a lot of times as women, We said, I can't do that. Yeah, actually you can do that. You can, no one's to tell you that you can't do it. So we started out that way. It's been 19 years. And we wanted to create our own area where we can showcase our people's work. We wanted to showcase beadwork, products that you can't find in Walmart or in the mall, So we wanted to have a service that was loving and gentle. We wanted to offer our people somewhere where they can come and look around and take their time and just be in the moment. Sometimes I'll go into stores where I'm just in the moment. And that's what we're trying to create. We're trying, even with the music.
Daryl, an experience.
Daryl used to put on this powwow music this fast. And I tell him, don't play that, because do you notice when you play real fast powwow music, everybody's walking around really fast? I said, slow your music down. Let's get some round dance. Let's get some flute music. So I'm creating an atmosphere. Not I. Our team is creating an atmosphere. Our team is creating to have anyone walk in our doors and we'll welcome them. So we're trying to create something that is very unique. And with that, we created our own blanket company. We had, I got some pictures from the archives from my great-great-grandfather, Boychief. He raised my dad. So we created our own buffalo blanket because he himself, along with 2 other men, helped save the buffalo in Alberta. And a lot of people don't know that story. So we created our own buffalo blanket telling his whole story. And what was wonderful was one of Daryl's cousins, Rachel Crow, reached out to us. She was CTV in Winnipeg. She reached out and she said, would you be interested in a CTV show from Calgary? And I said, of course. So we did the CTV show. It was wonderful just to tell our story, because a lot of people want authenticity. You don't want, a lot of people want things that are made by Indigenous people. And we wanted to showcase that. We wanted to showcase that we've got what it takes. We've got beaters that are #1 in the world, and we want to showcase their work. So it's all about authenticity, how you feel when you walk in, what kind of people we're going to be towards you, because a happy customer will come back. Someone who's being rotten and rude, they don't come back. I don't anyway. I don't go back to a place where they're not following me around every corner. So,
I agree.
I try to, okay, we're here if you need us. So we have that open concept, but we love working with our kids, and it's really something. And we just want to create some place where it's happy, and some place where it's like, I want to go there. It's really good. You need to go. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, thank you. You are achieving that. I know when I come to the store, it's always like, you get lost in the time. It's like, I'm only going there to pick up something. You end up, something is so eye-catching. So you end up getting, caught in the moment. So definitely, accomplishing that. So Heather, for yourself, what was the motivation or the reason for starting your business?
It goes back. So I started my entrepreneur journey way early in the 2000s, in year 2000. And when I look back at who I was back then, I was shy. I was scared to step out of my comfort zones. I was, I didn't have that motivation and I didn't have that confidence to step into entrepreneurship. What motivated me was attending a camp held by Community Futures Treaty 7. And out of that camp, I realized that there were people out there that totally were going to stand behind you 100%. So as a youth, when I first started, it was, it was these people that believed that, that my business would go somewhere.
Yes.
And then after leaving the camp, it was like, okay, well, what do I need? So that's when I decided to look at training to make this business, this new business idea, a reality. So I started by step one, got some entrepreneurship training and realizing what we need. So, starting off somewhere, and realizing that, you don't have to walk this world and you don't have to walk this world alone, because there are people out there that are going to help you. So, and my mentors grew and grew and grew and gave me the confidence. And even my friends were a big help and big supporter, because when I would go to conferences, I would see key people that I needed to talk to. And I was beyond scared to reach out to them. But they pushed me, they literally pushed me to go start those conversations. And without them pushing me, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. It's not in my character to really speak to people that I don't know,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nowadays it's like, I am a networking queen. I can work a room. But it's that growth. And when I look at these people that have helped me throughout my lifetime of being an entrepreneur, they're still here today. So, when you have people that believe in you, that is what makes a difference. And so my entrepreneurship, supporting Indigenous business owners at all levels, and even our youth. So looking at our youth and how do we empower them? I think about them and what are our needs in our community and all of that. But being able to not be competition. So getting that competition out of the mindset. Yes, we have competitors, but how do we all work together? And how do we all work together to work, within our communities, and within our homes and all of that. So, I it's a blessing, because today my workshops were only designed for Treaty 7, like working within Treaty 7. I have now grown my business to adapt to the new change, or the new world we're living in today. My workshops are delivered online. And now, BC, Thunder Bay, all of these places. I just got off a call with oil and gas yesterday. And so it's like, well, everything is at the fingertips now, right?
Yeah.
So how are we able to adapt? But even with that, when we adapt, I cannot know it all. I will never know it all. And that's where our Indigenous community comes together. Well, who specializes in what, and how do we grasp at that? So it's being able to hire the right people to help you to be able to advance as well with today's changing society. So.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And, I want to let the audience know that, and I mentioned this to you before, Heather, was I took some entrepreneur courses, like from external organizations, and yours, the business boot camp, was probably the best I have ever taken, and I highly recommend the women out there, because women have inboxed me and have asked me, where do I go for to start a business, and I always recommend you. And I think maybe that's something, there, you need to host again, for some of the some newer entrepreneurs who are just starting out, but I really enjoyed it, and it's having the practice, the online or the hands-on training that you offered, as a result of the business plan that I created. I got a grant, so I think for me that's kind of shows the success of the program that you offer. So I highly encourage all the women out there who are interested, to take your course. So it certainly has helped me. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think those are awesome reasons to start. I think those are beautiful stories of where we all begin our businesses, and for us to start. So for me, I really think that's really important. But the other thing too I want to ask is, for Mona, what were or are some of the challenges or barriers of starting a business that you experienced?
I think some of the challenges or the barriers. Sorry, I'm writing down because I
No,
tend
it's
to
fine.
wonder and I tend to forget, and then I'm way in left field. Okay. My challenges, my barriers, I think probably one of the biggest ones when we first started, and how honest should I be?
It's for our women. They need to know, like, sometimes it's hard, but we can overcome.
Okay. My challenges, my barriers, sometimes were my own people, my own women.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get out of that frame of mind where we do not support our own women.
Mm-hmm.
We have got to shift into the world of supporting each other, because we can be Facebook warriors and say, oh, let's gather and do this. Let's support one another.
Yeah.
And we don't. Let's talk the talk and let's walk the walk.
Yeah.
If I'm going to say I'm going to support women that want, to do whatever, I better be able to, my words need to be gold. I cannot say something and then not do it. I cannot say something and be fake. Is that the right word to use? Not to be real with myself.
Yeah.
My barriers were, I wanted my nation to support me. And a lot of times they did. Sometimes they didn't. We're still trying to get into the door of some of our departments here. The door is still slammed shut.
Yeah.
So I think if we're going to be real, we need to support our own people. Siksika people should support me because I'm Siksika.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've had wonderful response from the nation that have supported us. That, like, just wonderful. I have our regulars that walk in, and the barriers, I guess the one barrier when you're on the reserve and you're trying to get any kind of funding, because you're on Crown land, they're like, no, we can't use that as collateral for a loan. No, we can't. So that's kind of a barrier. But thank God there's new programs like IBC, Calgary. They're 100% behind me. The first one we went to was Aboriginal Business Canada. And they have grants there that are just sitting because no one's utilizing them. So, Aboriginal Business Canada, IBC in Calgary, there are people that really back you and just believe in your vision, believe in you. So we need to start believing in each other more. I need to believe that pretty soon Heather's going to have a workshop around the world. I need to believe that Heather's going to be in the States soon, because people want authenticity. People want to hear from a real Indigenous woman, So it's just, believing in yourself too. Some of the challenges were myself. I can't do that. Like Heather said, I can't work the room, but look at her now. You know, look at her now. She's a big name now. It's like the Heather. You know, so we have to, our barriers, we need to knock our own barriers down. We need to take our own barriers down. Once we can take our barriers down and believe in ourselves, then you can take that step forward. And then another step forward. And then pretty soon we're walking into what we want to do. Believe in yourself. Don't listen to the talk. Don't listen to the drama. Just believe in yourself. It's not going to be easy. It won't be. Even today, it's not easy. And Heather could probably agree to that too. It's not easy because every day we learn as businesswomen. Every day we learn something new every day. Especially with this pandemic, we have to move into a new world. So the barriers and the challenges can be really hard, but you just got to keep going. Don't give up. You just keep walking, keep moving. Don't stay stagnant or still. You need to keep moving, and you need to keep going, and you need to humble yourself. Like you have to know that you know that. I think the whole world by now from my Facebook knows that I'm a Christian. So I had to know that I know that God had my back. I had to, it was in my heart. Okay, Lord, you're in control. You're in control. You show me, guide me, give me wisdom, give me everything you need to give me. And then I'm going to go out into the world and conquer the world. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Heather, for yourself, like what were some of the barriers and challenges that you've experienced?
So I'm going to take a little bit of a step back because I operate two businesses. So and I have to start getting used to introducing my other business as well.
Yes.
So Creative Spirit Solutions surpassed my part-time job that I had down in corporate Calgary. So it was a choice that I made in early 2020 to be able to, I was at a standpoint and I'm like, well, I'm making more money. What do I do? And there's so many more opportunities out there that are coming at me, but I don't have that time to be able to give them. So I was refusing opportunities. And so at the end of February, I was like, well, okay, I am going to quit my day job. And I was beyond scared. I was like, oh my God, I got to make rent. I got to pay all of this. And I have to, am I going to do this? And I took a deep breath and I freaked out and I quit my job. I had a dream. My father came to me and my late father, and with that dream, he said that he's with me. And so it kind of like everything worked out perfectly. So then I knew my dream was to actually start the Buffalo Stone Woman. And at that time, I didn't have an official name. I had to do a naming ceremony. I wanted it to be something that meant a lot to me, and something that people would recognize who I was going to be. So I reached out to Jonathan Redgun, and somebody that has been part of my entrepreneurship journey from day one. Also has been part of my grieving journey and, and everything. So he is not only, I'm very closely connected with Jonathan. Anyway, so when he gave me when I first had my business, when I was thinking about it, it was like, well, do I use Otagitsawaki, which was my given name? But then I approached Jonathan and he provided me with the name. So we did an official naming ceremony to be honored with that name, which is Buffalo Stone Woman in Iskamaki. And I was beyond grateful for the story why I got that name. And so I'm honored, I'm happy, and forever grateful for Jonathan for being able to do that and to share that story. So it's a story in itself, and and it makes sense and everything. So challenges that I've had with being an Indigenous woman entrepreneur is the same thing, is do that when our communities doubt that we can do the work, when they doubt that we can actually compare to a non-Indigenous company. So they're comparing us to Napiguans,
Yeah.
and then they're saying, well, okay, well, this is how they do it. This is how they are able to deliver, provide, and do all of that. And now what are we able to provide? And I've learned through time that I never wanted to step outside of what I was doing, because I always doubted myself. It always goes back to that doubt. And, so we don't get that reassurance from our own community that we can do it. So there's select people out there that'll support us and that will push us. But then when we actually go do business, does our communities actually support? So now I'm able to, when I sell myself today, when I sell my services that I provide, I'm an Indigenous woman. I've learned the tricks of the trade in the professional world. I've had many jobs. Whatever I've done is I incorporate what I've learned from that. And it's not saying that they're bad teachings. They're good because they mold us, right? But then when we adapt it to our ways, our Nchitipi ways, when we look at that and when we're able to combine and we're able to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm not comparing myself to the Napiguan anymore, because this is who we are now. We have that empowerment. We have that. And again, it's don't doubt us. And when you give us a chance, you'll realize, how sincere and how, happiness starts within a home, and, working towards having a healthy home, healthy families. And then again, like the ripple effects of going out to the community. So I am really, it's that doubt that is out there. But when I look at the challenges, I always come up with ways to offer solution. So, any of the barriers that I faced out there are ways that I express in the workshops that I do now, because we're all going to face it. So, and coming up with strategies. Like if this isn't going to work, well, we're not going to give up, because there's more strategies that we're going to utilize to make sure, and and all of that. So that is what I look at the challenges. Financial is a huge thing, but really understanding how to overcome those financial challenges and reach out to the people that are going to help you financially, whether it's a grant, whether it's a loan, people to help rebuild that, the financial backing of your business. So, some people start with nothing, and then they grow it. I started with the Blood Tribe grant, and I was able to get all the essential stuff that I needed to be able to be that, how do you say, communal facilitator. So I have my laptop bag, I have everything in my vehicle to be able to facilitate a workshop anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think it's so true what your lady saying is supporting each other. I think for me, what I've learned is I've always seen that. I've always believed in, us supporting one another. And that's something that was really important to me. And that's why I have Red Women Talk. And, to have that be a part and a start. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have the Blackfoot Women's Empowerment, is just seeing all of that. My experience has been in several areas, like one, just, being a community member. My time in leadership too was a phenomenal experience. Like those, I think those challenges and those barriers, and those experiences, they shape you, but they shape you to, like kind of be an overcomer. And like for myself, it's really challenged my thinking, stuff like that I was going to do. And I was thinking about the other day, how, like with my experience, my business, I've always had like these business ideas, and like yourselves, we second guess and we doubt. And sometimes you just need that little push, like you just need that. If it's one person to believe in you, you just need that little push, and I think, seeing you women, accomplish your dreams and goals, pushes me. And I know, there's a lot of other women that, as a result of your role model, your mentorship, you are pushing them too as well. So, so I wanted to ask, so Mona, how would you recommend other women to start?
I think getting started. I think I went to Mount Royal. I went to school, and I got my business diploma. School is a wonderful way to start. It really is. I always recommend people go back to school, no matter what age you are, go back to school. But if you can't go back to school, I think just through the way to start through prayer, pray about it. And you know what? Once you give it, you'll be led properly. So how do you start? Come up with your dream. What's your passion? What do you love to do? What do you love to do? For me, I love serving people. That's my passion. I love to serve people. So figure out what your dream is. What is my dream? What do I love to do? What am I passionate about? Because if you're passionate, you will give it 200%. You will give it everything you have. Once you have your goal in place, whether it's a traveling company or a gift shop or a Red Women Talk, come up with your plan. Have a solid foundation. Work on your business plan. Your business plan has to be very precise, because you don't want to get lost or end up in left field when you need to be in the right field. So you need to come up with what your plan is. Set date goals. Don't say, yeah, I'll do that, and in another year you'll say, yeah, I'll do that, and then another year goes by and, yeah, I should do that. Set a time goal. Like when Mary took to her photography, she said, Mom, I like taking pictures. Okay, do your work. Start reaching out. Start reaching out to, to the people who are good at it. See if they'll mentor you. You need a good mentor. For us, it was Ronnie Thunderchief from Ghana. He owned the gas station on the north end of the reserve when we first came into M&R Gas. Building wasn't even here. The land we weren't even given yet, and we went and met with Ronnie Thunderchief. And he told us, you'll do this, you'll do this, you'll do this. So we had a good mentor. And someone who wasn't afraid to share with us.
Yes.
Like Heather said, competition. I don't want to tell that person anything because he might steal my, Ronnie was like, no, you're going to do this. When you're done that, you're going to do this. Then you're going to do this. So he gave it to us step by step. And he'd even call and check upon us. How are you guys doing? Did you do this? Did you do that? So you have to have a timeline for yourself. You have to be able to set goals. Within 2 months, I'm going to have my business plan done. Within 6 months, I'm going to have the ground broken. Within a year, I'm going to have my building up. You have to be able to set goals for yourself. And you have to be able to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's number one. You know, you have to be able to understand that what you're doing is going to take 24/7. You're going to have to live your business. Like I might as well put a bedroom in this room because we're here most of the time. We're here, I'd say, but at the same time, don't get lost. If you have a family, don't remember you have a family, you have kids. They need time. They need your time. It's valuable. So you got to learn to balance. Balance is a big thing, especially as a woman. You have kids, you have grandchildren. I have my business. I have this, I have that. You have to make time for the important things. You have to. Don't lose track of your time. Don't lose that I'm at work 90% and then 10% I'm at home. It's got to be balanced. You got to be balanced with what you're doing. But you have to have goals. Set goals up for yourself. And don't back down on your goals. Don't ever get to a point where you say, no, I can't do that. No, never mind. I don't want, no, you have to continue to be able to set goals for yourself. And just move, do something, go get information, go talk to people. You know, people that are truly willing to mentor, stick with them, you know, and work with them. And most importantly, listen. Don't be the I know. No, I know. No, listen. When Ronnie Thunder Chief talked, I stood there and I wrote everything. I probably caught every word he said because I knew he was successful.
Yeah.
And he wanted us to be successful too. So it's just actually listening, learning, and moving. Believe in yourself and ask God for wisdom. He'll give it to you if you ask him. You know, he really will. He'll move along with you, hand in hand. So, yeah, I think that's,
Thank you. That's awesome advice. You know, certainly we all have to start somewhere. Yeah, thank you for that. Heather, what is, you know, how would you recommend other women to start?
I mirror everything that Mona has said. So thank you, Mona. It all starts with you. So having that confidence. And sometimes when we step into entrepreneurship, there's opportunities that are out there. There is training opportunities on the nation. Also, you know, if you're in Calgary, then there's also opportunities that are locally around. But starting with those business training sessions, because those business training sessions are really valuable, because then you learn throughout that whole process of how to step out of that shell. If you're not a good networker, there, you know, there's way to market. You'll learn how to market yourself. You'll learn all those business fundamentals that you need. If you don't know how to price your product, well, the workshops are going to help. They will help you. They will guide you step by step, and all of that. And if it doesn't help, then you keep asking. You keep asking until you actually get that solution to what the answer of what you need. But, you know, when I look at it, I wouldn't have never started both of my business without creating a business plan. So understanding that in writing your first business plan, then a lot of people will get people to make their own. But if you create your own, you're creating your own goals. You're creating your own milestone. You're learning every aspect of what needs to be handled within your business. And what you're going to have strengths, you're going to have weaknesses. And how do you offset that? That's when you use your network. You use your network to be able to come together and support those areas of where your weakness is. And your weakness will be then, over time will become a strength that you're going to be able to share your journey as well. I, when I deliver my workshops out in the communities, economic development officers, EDO offices will pay the facilitation fee, but then when we get the enrollment, it's low. So we need to put our businesses on the map. We need to be able to access funds that are out there to Indigenous entrepreneurs. But if you don't have that business plan, or you don't have the fundamentals of understanding, you don't have that bank account, you're not registered. These were the hugest and biggest challenges, not only within our community, but across Indian country, was not having that and not being able to access the funds that were out there to have that relief for, the COVID-19 pandemic. So, you start a business, do it right from the beginning. And don't be scared. It's not hard. You're not going to be penalized by the government or anything like that. There's ways to work with it. There's ways to be able to comfortably do your taxes without being scared that you're going to have to pay, because, hire an Indigenous taxation, hire the bookkeepers, the marketing, like all of that. Whatever I'm weak at doing, I source out and I ask questions, and I'm always reaching out to my network. And I think that's what is the most amazing, is because my network understands the business. They understand what's coming up. They know upcoming workshops that are going to be beneficial. Take part of those little 1-hour webinars that are being out there, and really grasp what that entrepreneurship path is. And you have to reach at everything. You can't just imagine and think that you know it all, because there's going to be challenges, and setting those milestone goals are huge. So you set those. You're not living by anybody else's dream. You're creating that dream for yourself. So I don't want to go into too much repetition, because Mona really covered it all. But yeah, so when I look at that, it's the foundation of your business plan, and being able to create and understand every aspect of your business. And then networking. So learn to network and learn to reach out to those that are around you and that are willing to help you. When I look back to Marsha, way back when I first started Creative Spirit Solutions, I was going door to door back then. There was no, anything. I was really honored to work and to deliver furniture to Siksika Recreation way back in the early 2000s. And that was when I first met you. And, and then, to know that we're always paying attention to each other and to the successes and all of that. And as I launched Buffalo Stone Woman, I wanted to run Creative Spirit Solutions full time, and Buffalo Stone Woman as a little part-time business. But upon launching in fall of 2020, it kind of blew up. It blew up, and I'm like, how in the world can I manage this? Because I'm running Creative Spirit Solutions full time, and then now I have the tourism. My essential goal after working in education in Siksika was that all the teachers got the summer off. And I was thinking, I want that. So that was a goal, and I haven't worked a summer for the last 3 years. And so I worked my butt off for 10 months in order to take those 2 months off, because I was able to travel, I was able to relax. But Buffalo Stone Woman was established. And now I have this business where I'm able to do what I love, which is being out in the mountains and giving tours, sharing our culture for those that really want to learn about our Indigenous ways and everything like that. And how do we even empower our own people? And, you know, the Rockies are right there. So how do we bring people out there that drive by it and never actually stop to embrace it? So that's what I'm really looking forward to doing, is to be able to do that. You know, so since launching Buffalo Stone Woman, I was kind of like in the little bit of the shadow and kind of like moving around there, really scared to take that step into into the great wide open of tourism. My little push and everything, you know, my grant came through. When you get your grant from your nation, it means the world, because you know your nation stands behind you. And then I was like, okay, I got this, you know. But having that key mentors and advisors in the community, Marsha was able to really support me with building that as well. So now I have a relationship established with Travel Alberta and Alberta Indigenous Tourism. I've hired a marketing agent to actually help me soup up my Buffalo Stone Woman website. But it looks like it's going to be an amazing opportunity. I'm starting slow. I'm starting, you know, and by the summertime, I'm looking forward to for that being my full-time thing. My full-time gig is walking out there. So when I can share the beauty of that with others, and even creating something. So what does that mean for Buffalo Stone? I mean, for Creative Spirit Solution, maybe creating a 4x4 business model where we go out and we're running around in the trees and cliffs.
Well, like I said, I'm going to take your level 1. I'm not going to climb a mountain, Heather. Not yet. You know, so because I see your picture on social media and you're sitting like at the tip of a mountain, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, like, yeah, one day. But no, that's not something I would want to do yet. But it, like, the desire is there because you're putting it out there. It's like, wow, yeah, like that's amazing. I want to do that. You know, I want to experience that. So, you know, so you're definitely getting the attention of the people around and the women around, especially, you know, wanting to try new things and do new things, you know, have new experiences. So I think that's awesome. So I just want to slowly here conclude, but I wanted to let you guys know and ask you something. Do you think that, you know, as Six Gates at the Bee, as women within Blackfoot territory, a lot of times I see that sometimes we need, maybe, especially with business, you know, I've thought about, you know, is it time that we have our own, like we come together and do like a chamber of commerce, that we come together and do, you know, like a group of women, you know, to begin to kind of open up those opportunities for others? And like, what are your thoughts around, like, what are some of the recommendations that you would like to bring before we end the show?
I think that would be a wonderful idea, because a chamber of commerce or something like that would be phenomenal. And the more women you bring together, the stronger we are. Then we clasp on and we're there together. And we're there motivating. We're there. We're there telling other younger people, you can do it. I would have loved a group of women when we started. I would have loved a group of women to say, oh, okay, what are you doing now? Did you fulfill that goal? Did you do it? You know, you know, I had my mom and dad, of course, and they were wonderful motivators. But a group of women that can mentor you, that can help you, that can point you in the right direction, that can believe in you, that can pray with you, that can, sometimes you just need someone to talk to. I'm so overworked. I am so this, I am so that. You need that. You need that sometimes, and I always tell my daughters, I give them that gentle shove.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need someone to give you a gentle shove, you know.
Yeah.
And I love this like Red Women Talk, because I watch the Red Table Talk with Jada, and I can watch that over and over. And I always someone should do you know. And then when I started noticing what you were doing, I was like, oh, thank God. But I didn't think I was going to be on there. I thought, oh well, I can't wait to watch. I wonder who's going to be on there, you know.
Yeah.
We need to motivate our younger people. We need to bring our young women together and give them purpose. A lot of our young women are getting lost. They're getting lost in whatever world they're in.
Yes.
We need to start saving our women. And something like this for Blackfoot territory, to have a group of women that believe in you could change one person's life. Just one person. And if we can change one person's life, the chamber or whatever, Marsha, you're going to create, it's one young woman saved. If we can help them from going down this road to maybe go up this way, we need to start supporting our women, because a lot of us older women, like for myself, I have my Auntie Ramona and she guides me. But a lot of other women, even younger women, they don't have the guidance they so need. Something like this, even if it's something, us helping someone get into school. Us helping someone with a grocery bill because they're in school and they can't afford it. Us buying someone a bus ticket because they're trying to get to school.
Yeah.
We need to create something that is so strong that only good will come out of this group. Only good. But we have to be strong enough to say, let's do it.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I hope it comes to pass. You spoke it into the universe. You have.
Yes, exactly. You put it out there.
Heather, what do you recommend that we, like with some of the next steps?
100%. How do we inspire would be to bring all of us together. We all have different skills that we bring to the table. Even the youth are really advanced as well, right? Because they're more, they can help us. We all help each other in all levels. When we're able to learn, and when we're part of it, I guess the learning is understanding how to take that constructive criticism. So we need that, we need that in our lives, and we need to be able to understand that we're learning. And sometimes if we're learning the wrong way, then we're going to have, a whole group of us that are going to be able to help lead us and guide us in the direction that we need to be going in. I when I doubt myself, I reach out to my home network, because they're the ones that help guide me and help lead me to make tough decisions that I have to do with my business. But being there for our women at all levels, it would be so cool. So how do we inspire those that struggle with addiction? Like, it even goes into that level, right? How can we not be a statistic? How can we look at really loving one another and being able to be there and show that that dedication, 100% dedication, that we are here for one another. And that's what I see. Like if it happens, then I could see that, and I would support that 100%.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for your time. I really, really appreciate your wisdom and your sharing your experiences, along with your challenges. And you know, you are such inspirations for our communities. And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, when I look out, I say, who is really doing their best to make impacts in our community and trying to make a change? And definitely you women are. And I think your mentorship, sometimes you could be you're mentoring women, but you're not knowing that you are. Like myself, you know, you definitely helped me a lot. And I really hope that we continue this talk, and I really hope that we continue to move forward. And I just wish you all the best in your businesses, you know, and that it will continue to flourish and grow. And yeah, and then, you know, like a lot of us women out there, especially those who are really struggling today with addictions and with, I notice a lot of women really challenge themselves, and I don't want to say suffer, but they have very low self-esteem, and they really believe, and maybe someone has told them that they couldn't do it. But I think all of us are here today, to the women out there listening, that you can do it, you know, that you have support. You have Heather here, you have Mona here, and they've just, opened up their the opportunity for you to speak with them. So if there's other women out there who want to start a business or want to ask more questions to Heather and Mona, I would really encourage you to reach out to them and have a conversation. And I know that they're willing to help you out. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you soon. And you guys have an awesome day. So thank you.